Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
In our discussion today, we'll address some recent headlines suggesting that fasting could harm your heart health. These claims stem from a brief summary of an observational study backed by the American Heart Association. Now, let's break down the study. It relied on a method called a 24-hour dietary recall, where participants had to remember everything they ate within a certain time frame. The author has also conducted other studies that didn't favor red meat, eggs, or cholesterol. However, reliable, peer-reviewed studies have shown quite the opposite. Intermittent fasting can actually be beneficial for your heart. One study, a single-blind randomized trial, looked at the effects of time-restricted eating combined with resistance training over a year. The results were promising. Participants saw significant drops in body and fat mass, along with reduced inflammation. Their insulin sensitivity improved, and their lipid profiles balanced out, all without any negative side effects. In fact, intermittent fasting was deemed safe and effective for boosting heart health. Another study, a non-randomized controlled clinical trial, explored the impact of 18-hour fasting periods on body composition and cardiovascular risk. The findings showed that this fasting approach led to reduced waist circumference and lowered cardiovascular risk. A systematic review focused on intermittent fasting and its effects on heart-related risk factors. It analyzed 4 randomized controlled trials and found significant improvements across the board, from weight loss to reduced blood pressure, cholesterol, triglycerides, and fasting insulin levels. Lastly, a study examined how a 16-hour fasting window followed by an 8-hour eating period affected breast cancer survivors over 8 weeks. The outcome? A notable decrease in cardiovascular risk markers. In essence, despite the alarming headlines, credible research suggests that intermittent fasting doesn't pose a threat to your heart. Instead, it could be a valuable tool for enhancing cardiovascular health.
Share and subscribe my channel.